Hello students, we have earlier discussed about different roles of microbes in different fields, like their role in household activities, then in industrial products like antibiotics, beverages, leather industry, bakery industry, then production of different types of medicines, then different that bioactive agents, enzymes, etc., as well as they are playing very important role in sewage treatment, that is primary sewage treatment. After that, the role of those microbes in the secondary treatment, and today we will discuss about the production of biogas, then their role as biocontrol agent or biofertilizer, etc. So, we will start with the production of biogas, how they are done by microbes. There are mixture of gases, that is methane, carbon dioxide and hydrogen, which forms the biogas, is produced by a group of bacteria known as anaerobic bacteria. They are known as methanogens. Example is methanobacterium. They are present in the activated sludge, which we have already discussed in previous class, that is the secondary treatment, sewage treatment, and they are also present in ruminant of cattle. Now, these bacteria are responsible for synthesizing this gas, biogas. For that, the cattle dung is kept in a biogas plant. This biogas plant consists of 10 to 15 feet deep, in which the bio waste as well as dung is kept there and mixed with the water to make the slurry. Now, after that, they are covered and a little space is between. Now, here the microbial activity starts in the anaerobic condition. The bacteria is already present in the dung, and they will start producing the gas, that is biogas, and this gas through the outlet will be sent to the for the fuel, as used as a fuel or lighting house, street, etc., through that pipe. In this way, this gas is utilized for that, and the spent slurry will now used as fertilizer, organic fertilizer. Again, after removal of that, we can add new dung and bio waste for further production of a biogas. This method was developed by IARI, that is Indian Agricultural Research Institute, and KIVIC, that is Khadi and Village Industries Commission. So, in this way, the microbes play very important role in production of biogas, which are very beneficial for us. In this slide, we can see the diagram of the biogas plant, in which the biogas production takes place with the help of the microbes. This is the flow chart of biogas power generation. The organic waste material are kept in an anaerobic digester and other substances also, and then due to the help of this anaerobic bacteria, the methane gas is produced, as well as the other gases, carbon dioxide, water, etc., and all these gases are utilized for the electric power as well as heat, and the spent slurry of that other substances will be utilized for the agriculture and other purposes. Here, this is the diagram showing the biogas plant. This is the inlet in which the slurry or the dung is provided, supplied here. Then here the dung is mixed with some amount of water known as slurry, and some portion is upper side is left vacant, so that the gas will produced. Now, here it will covered. Then with the help of this bacteria, that methanogen group of bacteria, they will start doing the process of digestion, that is anaerobic digestion, and the biogas will be produced from this slurry. This biogas will from this outlet, it will through the pipe will send in the other part, that is for lighting the houses, fuel, etc., and the spent slurry, this spent slurry will be through the outlet, it will be given outside to, and which will be utilized as the fertilizer. Again, the another slurry will be provided here through this inlet. In this way, this is the theory of the biogas plant on which it works. Microbes are also playing very important role as biocontrol agents. That means the living organisms are used to control the pests, insects, etc., which are harming, attacking the crop plants. Earlier we were using chemicals as pesticides, insecticides, weedicides, etc. Nowadays these chemicals are replaced by these living organisms, and this is known as biocontrol agents. Due to this, there is a reduction in pollution level because the chemicals were responsible for pollution in the soil, water, etc. They also enter inside in the life that food chain, and they are responsible for various types of disorders. Now this also helps in reducing the dependency on the chemical, and this also reduce the expenditure on the chemicals. So in this way it is very beneficial, and this is all due to the microbes. Some of the examples of such biocontrol agents are: ladybird is useful to get rid of aphids, then dragonfly is useful for getting rid of mosquitoes, and trichoderma, one of the fungi, helps in controlling different pathogens as it is living in the root ecosystem of the plants. Now the baculovirus, one of the example of this virus is nucleopolyhedrovirus, used to control insects and arthropods. Then Bacillus thuringiensis, which is also written as BT, have the gene that is known as cry gene. This cry gene is responsible for the production of cry crystal protein, and this kills the insects in the larval stage itself. These genes, through genetic engineering, introduced in the crops to make them insect resistant. In this way the plant become insect resistant. One of the best example is BT, cotton, and now this BT, that is Bacillus thuringiensis, is also introduced in some other crops like brinjal, rice, etc. In this way we can see the microbes are helpful in controlling the different types of pests, insects, etc., without chemical use. In this way microbes are very important, very beneficial for us. In this slide we can see different pictures of some of the organisms, insects, which are helping as biocontrol agent, like dragonfly, then lady beetle or ladybird, wasp, bee, Matiplectus. These are some of the biocontrol agents. Other very important role of microbes is as they are utilized as biofertilizer, because earlier we were using the chemicals for as a fertilizer, different types of chemicals, but nowadays we are shifting towards other type of farming, that is organic farming. In organic farming the organic fertilizers were used, and now we are depending upon the living organisms to enhance the fertility power of the soil. This results in reduction of pollution, it reduces the expenditure. So all these benefits are that about this biofertilizer. Some of the examples of these biofertilizers are, for example, symbiotic bacteria. As we know, rhizobium is one of the bacteria which is living in the root nodules of leguminous plants. They are responsible for nitrogen fixation of the nitrogen in the soil. Atmospheric nitrogen will be fixed in the soil and made available for the plants, and hence the fertility power of the soil enhanced. That is why we can sow the pulse plant or this leguminous plant in between two crops to maintain the fertility power of the soil. Other example is free living bacteria. That means these bacteria are not living in symbiotic association, but they are living free in the soil, and they also doing the same thing. That means they are fixing the atmospheric nitrogen into the soil and enhancing the fertility power of the soil. For example, Azospirillum, Azotobacter, etc. The third group of the bacteria, which is also known as blue-green algae or cyanobacteria, that is for example nostoc, Anabaena, oscillatoria, etc. They are also fixing the atmospheric nitrogen into the soil and hence helping in increasing the fertility power of the soil. Next example is mycorrhiza. Mycorrhiza is a symbiotic type of association in which both the parties get benefit from each other, and like for example some of the fungi live in the root of higher plants, for example pinus and other plants also, and they are also responsible for enhancing the fertility power of the soil. These fungi absorbs phosphorus from the soil and passes to the plant, and in turn they are getting shelter as well as food. In this way we can see there are various examples of microbes which act as a biofertilizer, and hence microbes are very beneficial for us. This slide is showing some of the figures of the bacteria or microbes which are help as the biofertilizer. For example, this is the root nodules of the leguminous plants in which the bacteria Rhizobium is living, and it is fixing the atmospheric nitrogen into the soil. In living in the symbiotic association. The asymbiotic nitrogen fixers are like Azospirillum, Azotobacter, Cyanobacteria, Azolla, etc. They atmospheric nitrogen they will fix in the soil and in the form of ammonia made available for the plant and enhance the fertility power of the soil, and in this way they are helping in the nitrogen fixation and act as the biofertilizer. Microbes as biofertilizer like bacteria, cyanobacteria, fungi which are living in mycorrhiza are the three groups of organisms used as biofertilizer. Examples we have already discussed: Rhizobium, Azotobacter, Azospirillum, etc. And hence we can see that microbes are so useful for us. Here we can see that applied microbiology means the microbiology, that is the use of these microbes which are helping in which field of life, that is studied in this applied microbiology. For example, medical microbiology, pharmaceutical microbiology, industrial microbiology, microbial biotechnology, etc. In medical microbiology, the pathogenic microbes are studied as well as their roles, what are they doing is studied in human and animal illness, that means for curing different types of disorders, disease, etc. The microbial pathogenesis and epidemiology and is it related to the study of disease pathology as well as immunology. Now the pharmaceutical microbiology, in which it is related to the production of antibiotics, enzymes, vitamins, vaccines, different types of medicines and other pharmaceutical products, and which are with the help of these microbes. Then in industrial microbiology, this is based upon the exploitation of microbes for their use in the industrial processes, industrial products, for example industrial fermentation, wastewater treatment, etc. Then microbial biotechnology, in which the microorganisms are utilized in the genetic engineering at the genetic and molecular level to generate useful products for human life.